Rest and sleep. We need to speak about this. We spend a quarter of our lives sleeping, or at least we should, and it would behoove all of us to do that in good fashion. So sleep or die. A growing body of research warns of heart attacks, dementia, and strokes for people who don't sleep properly. Here's an article that I appreciated. Sleep deprivation is killing you and your career. Short-term productivity gains from skipping sleep to work are quickly lost. Sleep deprivation is detrimental to mood, ability to focus, and access to higher brain levels of function for days to come following missed sleep. So your brain, while you're sleeping, removes toxic proteins, which are byproducts of the nervous activity while you're awake. Your brain can remove these adequately only during sleep. So without sleep, toxic proteins remain in your brain cells and they impair your ability to think and to function. So sleep deprivation, beyond that, linked to a variety of serious health problems: heart attack, stroke, type 2 diabetes, obesity. With sleep deprivation, the stress hormone cortisol is overproduced. This is damaging our immune systems. It's breaking down our skin collagen, so we lose that smoothness and elasticity, start to look old. The expression "get your beauty sleep" is not at all inappropriate. Sleep deprivations make us hungry, and it's harder for us to satisfy that hunger. Our appetite hormones are shifted. There's increased ghrelin, which stimulates your appetite, and reduced leptin, which is your satiating hormone. So you work harder to feel full. And doing that late at night when you should be sleeping is really a disaster to any weight management program. Those who sleep less than 6 hours a night are 30% more likely to become obese than those who get 7 to 9 hours. Most people need 7 to 9 hours of sleep to feel sufficiently rested. Few people are at their best with less than 7 hours, and few require more than 9. So sleeping forever is a law of diminishing returns. You don't need to. More than half of Americans sleep less than the necessary 7 hours. A third of US workers get less than 6 hours of sleep. Sleep deprivation is costing businesses in the United States $63 billion annually in lost productivity, and that would be proportional for Canada as well. Beyond the obvious sleep benefits of thinking clearly and staying healthy, ability to manage your emotions, remain calm under pressure is directly linked to your performance. So if you're losing your temper, blowing up at work all the time, that's not going to serve you well. And if sleep is the culprit, it's something we can quickly fix. Good sleep hygiene is something we can all improve to get the best quality of sleep that's available for us. So here is a very recent study published in 2015. Another reason to get enough sleep is Alzheimer's disease. Very interesting piece of research here, published in a very prestigious journal, Nature Neuroscience. This is the highest quality of publication. More than 5 million Americans already have Alzheimer's, and that should double by 2050. Changes leading to Alzheimer's can begin 20 years before your memory loss is observed. So even if you don't have Alzheimer's now, you may be developing the substrate for Alzheimer's later in life. So it becomes a vicious cycle between poor sleep and beta amyloid protein deposition. This is the signature protein that lays down, accumulates in your brain, and disrupts brain function. So your brain uses sleep to flush out toxic debris, and the less sleep you have, the less beta amyloid clearance you have, the more that builds up, and as a result of it building up, the worse your quality of sleep. Lots of elderly people struggle with sleep, and here is one of the possible conditions that's working against everyone. So sleep is critical as we age, and again, it's a modifiable risk factor. We really can improve. But be aware that sleeping properly now is going to be protective for your mental health, later in life and beyond. So here's another study. Let's put a different twist on it. Too much sleep could kill you. And that's a 2011 sleep study. Self-reported sleep less than 6.5 hours or greater than 7.5 hours has been predicted by some to increase your mortality. So here's a study of 400 plus women, average age 67.6 years, followed for 10.5 years. And they actually had measurements of their sleep. So their sleep was objectively confirmed by monitoring brain rhythm patterns to confirm that they were in fact sleeping, so we could really quantify how much time they were truly sleeping rather than just reporting that they were sleeping. And the optimal time of sleep for those people who were really proven to be sleeping 5 to 6.5 hours. Time in bed, sleep efficiency, melatonin metabolite excretion were all significant mortality risk factors, but really that actual sleep time less than the self-reported sleep time to be at maximum benefit. So there was this U-shaped relationship between survival and sleep. Get really too little and your survival goes down. Get too much and your survival goes down. There's an optimal amount. It's different for everybody. It's not up to you. It's not up to me. We need to figure out what we need and expect it to be within those ranges. So here's the actual data from that study. We have proven sleep with lowest risk ratio here being in the 360 to 390 minute range of sleep, which is that 5 to 6.5 hour range. And the associated survival curves associated with each of those sleep duration patterns, which were proven to genuinely be sleep. So let's be aware of that data. 10 features of superb sleepers. And can you find something in here that you can improve upon? If you can, it was worth your time, being in our session this morning. Superb sleepers welcome dreams, even the challenging ones. Dreaming is natural, it's healthy, and it supports emotional well-being. Pays to be open and receptive to the mystery of our dreams. Most insomnia occurs during the latter part of sleep. That's when REM sleeping, or the deepest sleep and dreaming occurs. Be on good terms with your dreams to stay in the game, that is soundly asleep all night. Superb sleepers typically awaken without an alarm. Who needs an alarm? I need an alarm, so I have room to improve. Know how much sleep you need. Go to bed on time to allow for sleep. Good sleepers know when they will awaken naturally. Routine alarm clock awakening is snipping off the important parts of your sleep. If you're sound asleep when the alarm clock goes off, there's something wrong and you need to restructure how you're sleeping. Super sleepers have an intuitive regard for routines and rhythms. These are rhythm people. Rhythms are the infrastructure of sleep. Routines a personal dance to obtain those rhythms. Modern life is dysrhythmic and staccato. We've quit complaining about the rat race that we're all living in because the rat race has become so unavoidable. Pays to develop rhythms in our lives, rhythms to improve the quality of our sleep. Superb sleepers are accepting a period of nighttime wakefulness. Waking up occasionally doesn't affect your overall quality of sleep. Don't fret. It's okay to get up for a few minutes even and enjoy the stillness of the night, and historically common to awaken and stretch in the middle of the night. So these are routine patterns. They say animals, like a dog, will get up and circle his bed several times during the night, and that's probably actually facilitating the sleep. So we can accept these things too, and don't feel like you're doing it wrong just because you wake up on occasion. Superb sleepers have faith in their own ability to sleep. They're confident that they can access sleep. It's available to them whenever they need it. They know how to truly let go, forgive the loose ends of the day. Unresolved things can be addressed more effectively tomorrow after a good night's sleep. Superb sleepers have a direct sense of sleep. It's more than the absence of awakening. It's really a different kind of experience that they're aware of and value. They have a sense of the subtle touch of sleep and submit gracefully to sleep and anticipate being asleep very well. Superb sleepers tend to be on good terms with themselves. You don't need endless pre-sleep activities or entertainment. You're comfortable spending a few minutes alone in the dark while you're falling asleep, and it's okay to surrender gradually. Don't feel like you're losing productivity just because you didn't fall asleep the minute your head hit the pillow. Don't fight occasional daytime sleepiness. Sleepiness by day is a visit of something better to come at night. Don't argue and shoo away your little sleepy spells. Superb sleepers tend to be superb nappers. 15 to 20 minutes of napping in the middle of the afternoon can really contribute to an excellent sleeping regime. And superb sleepers love to sleep. They really love and look forward to a delightful sleep. Slip into bed, surrender to gravity. Your waking mind disperses, feel it let go, enjoy this. It's not an escape from waking, it's an experience that absolutely enhances life. So sleeping, really is our friends, and this is something that we should learn to embrace. A little bit more hardcore. Stay away from sleeping pills if it's at all possible. Whatever you're taking, NyQuil, Benadryl, Valium, Ambien. I prescribe these things in the hospital when people are only going to be there a couple of days and the hospital environment is completely rattling to people. Very reluctant to send anyone home with these sorts of prescriptions. So your mind is cycling through elaborate series of stages. These chemicals mess that up. You're shuffling through the day's memories. You're deciding what to store and what to discard. Part of that's the dreaming process. And let's worry about caffeine. What about our caffeine intake? It's a powerful stimulant that interferes with sleep. It increases adrenaline. Caffeine has a half-life of 6 hours. So a cup at 8 a.m. is still 25 present in someone's body at 8 p.m., the time you should be winding down, and this can disrupt your deepest periods of sleep, what we know as rapid eye motion sleep or REM sleep. Here's what is a problem with our newly acquired modern lifestyles, and that's avoiding blue light at night. Morning sunlight happens to be concentrated in blue light, and this halts melatonin production, which is your sleep hormone. It gives you alertness, makes you feel more alert. The afternoon sun, interestingly, tends to lose that blue light, allowing your melatonin stores to accumulate in preparation for sleep. And all of our devices, our laptops, our tablets, our mobile phones are all emitting short wavelength blue light, and we hold these right up to our faces where we can see them, and we check them until the morning we go to bed. It's impairing melatonin, it's confusing our brains. Best advice is to avoid this after dinner, or if you must look, there are filters or even protective glasses. The little devices that are supposed to make our lives so much more convenient are really damaging to our sleep patterns, which is affecting us. Another tip, wake up at the same time every day. Consistency is key. Regulates your circadian rhythm, improves your mood and sleep quality. Your brain will acclimate to feel rested and refreshed. Resist the temptation to sleep in when you feel tired. Sleeping in on the weekends is a bad idea because it interrupts these cycles. Get out of bed. There's other things to do. You can still be enjoying a restful time on the weekends without laying in bed. And that's a big lesson for me, and I have a feeling many other people. So again, no binge sleeping on the weekend. Counterproductive way to catch up. Inconsistent with your wake-up time, messes up your circadian rhythm. You'll feel groggy and tired, which may be okay on the weekend. You'll also be less productive on Monday, and that won't help you look good. So learn how much sleep you really need. It's almost beyond your control. Most people are sleeping less than what they really need. Most are underperforming in life as a consequence. The science is unequivocal. When we get enough sleep, everything is better. Our health, our mental capacity and clarity, our joy at life, our ability to live life without reacting to every bad thing that happens with a short temper. So let's work on improving the quality of our sleep and stop working. 60% of people are said to be checking their work emails right to the moment of sleep. So we need to stay off the blue light devices and allow ourselves to relax and prepare for sleep. Eliminate interruptions that are under your control. There are earplugs for loud neighbors, and don't drink too much water in the evening to avoid too many bathroom breaks. When all else fails, take naps. Interestingly, melatonin production is peaking around 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so it's okay to feel a little bit sleepy in the afternoon. Some companies like Google is taking advantage of this or recognizing the importance of this and offering short naps to their employees, and I'm encouraging them to take it. So don't feel bad because some very powerful companies are taking action on this. You might experience an overwhelming desire to sleep in the afternoon if your sleep at night is poor. Short naps, 15 minutes, is better than reaching for another cup of coffee or cheating in some such way. Setting an alarm might be the only thing that helps you get up in the morning, but try setting one to remind you when to go to bed at night. Have an alarm that says you need to be in bed at this time so you're not encroaching endlessly on your sleep schedule. Having warm feet can help you sleep. Put on a pair of socks to speed you up, and you might be surprised how quickly you fall asleep when your feet are actually warm. Even the smallest amount of light can disrupt your sleep patterns. Keep your bedroom as dark as possible for the best night's sleep. Do you need to blacken your curtains? Things like this can be life-changing. with the small adjustments that we make. I think we've talked about changes in our lifestyles that can really bring us to the 90th percentile of health, and now we're going for gold, really trying to move as close to 100% in terms of optimizing our lifestyles in a healthy way, and these are the little tips that really can make a difference. Exercise regularly, you'll sleep better. Just a few minutes of physical activity really can help your body relax, so really try not to deny yourself. A tranquil color in your bedroom can make for a restful tone, which can facilitate sleep. If you're commuting, limit your naps to 30 minutes. Don't do it too close to bedtime, then it won't interrupt your night's sleep. Get sunlight first thing in the morning, triggers your brain to stay awake and alert early in the day, helps you ease into sleep a little earlier at night. So for those of us in northern climates, this can be difficult, but when the opportunity is there, we can seek sunlight. How about this? Who likes to sleep on their left side? We got a few. It's actually physiologically better to sleep on your left side. So if you're there already, congratulations. If you're not there, think about it. Our lymphatic system relies on the left side. Your gallbladder, your pancreas, better able to dispose of waste and while producing digestive enzymes on your left side. So they've monitored esophageal pH, or for acid content in your esophagus, for 4 hours after a high-fat meal to monitor for reflux. And the total reflux time is significantly greater, 230 minutes for people who are laying on their right versus laying on their left. And overall acid clearance is also proportionately prolonged for the right-sided sleepers. So if it's at all possible, or you don't care, make the effort to lay on your left side and watch your sleep improve. Again, we're going for that final 10% of optimization of our routines.